Sturgis. Falmouth winner Nashua goes forward. Let's join Simon Holt for the Nassau.
All set to go. And they're off for this eagerly awaited Qatar Nassau Stakes. Blue Rose Sen on the inside running rail, preceded by Above the Curve at what looks to be a fairly steady pace through the first furlong. HUSN now goes second from Blue Rose Sen. Then Carnarvon, followed by Never Ending Story, and Holly Doyle has dropped out. Nashua in last place in these very early stages and will be a good 7 or 8 lengths behind the leader, which is Above the Curve in the hands of Ryan Moore. Blue Rose Sen and HUSN racing almost together. Then Never Ending Story in the pink jacket, the inside of Carnarvon, and 2.5, 3 lengths back to Nashua. Racing up the hill and on towards the final 6.5 furlongs, and Above the Curve leads the way. HUSN is a close second, and then Blue Rose Sen round the inside, Carnarvon, and they're followed by Never Ending Story, and Nashua is still the back marker. About to turn right-handed at the highest point on the race course, and then the race will really begin in earnest, running on down the hill towards the home straight. And Above the Curve, who's had a pretty soft lead here from HUSN in second. Blue Rose Sen in behind in third, on the inside Carnarvon, then Never Ending Story and Nashua. About to turn round the final little right-hander, and here's where it's about to unfold, and it's Above the Curve by a length to HUSN, now getting closer. Blue Rose Sen on the inside as they race towards the cutaway. Carnarvon and then Never Ending Story, and Nashua is still at the back of the field. Blue Rose Sen went for the gap up the rail, but the door was closed by Ryan Moore on Above the Curve, and it's Above the Curve and HUSN. Blue Rose Sen has got to get out of trouble over there from Never Ending Story, and then Carnarvon, and here comes Holly. Holly's coming down the outside on Nashua, and Nashua really picking up, and Blue Rose Sen is imprisoned on the inside as they race down to the final furlong. Above the Curve, HUSN. Nashua storming down the outside, needs to find a little bit more. Then Blue Rose Sen, they race into the closing stages. HUSN from Nashua and Blue Rose Sen, and it's HUSN further Group 1 glory for Shadwell and Jim Crowley. HUSN has won the Nassau. From Above the Curve, Blue Rose Sen looking unlucky. Nashua never quite reeling them back.
She upset Nashua in Newcastle. She's upset Nashua and Blue Rose Sen and Above the Curve today in the Group 1 Nassau Stakes. What a fine week it's been in the main for Jim Crowley. His second Group 1 after King George's success on Hookham. He's won this one in those shadows.